everybody. Welcome to another episode of Baina Now, where we talk about the journeys of the builders and the in-betweens. And today, we, again, have one of my favorite guests, Dimah, with us. Hello, Dimah. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Iraq, and I've been residing in Oman for about 18 years now. And I actually started this entire music industry journey when I was 15 years old. And now I'm 18, so it's been a good almost 3 years of being in this music industry. And I am a bassist.
So, one of my favorite questions that I ask our guests is that one introduction is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And one introduction is the way that you think about yourself and how you identify yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your self-definition?
Well, I'd love to say that I'm an entertainer. Like, I really love entertaining people. Like, it's a form of art. It's like you're able to express yourself and, by entertaining others. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, maybe as an example, like, you make a joke for someone. You play a song someone likes. They're entertained. That joke is funny to them. They're entertained. It's just, you gotta have life in you, So I think entertainer is like the perfect word for me.
and you also happen to be very funny.
I'm very funny, guys. I'd like to think so.
So you're 18 now?
Yes.
Right? I met you when you were 17.
Yep.
Yeah. So since then, I know that you have performed with Boho Band.
Mm-hmm.
And you've performed at Layali Mascot a couple of months ago.
Yep.
Which was an absolutely amazing thing to hear. Take us through your journey. How did you start? Where are you now? How has it all been?
Well, starting from the top, we could go back to 2023, where a friend of mine and I decided that we should start a band. And at the time, I was actually a guitarist. I finally got a guitar, and I've been practicing for a while. So what's wrong with forming a teenage band? So we started this band. It was called The Apologies back then. And I just brought in my friends from school, family friends, here, there. We just mixed it up. And we were considered Oman's only / first teenage band. Do you get it? For our time now. So you could say so. And since then, we continued for a few months. We performed once, twice, okay? And then came a few months after we started The Apologies, me and Jude, which was my friend, that helped me get into all of this, we decided that we should check out Boho Fan, because they came to our first performance, as The Apologies. So then they were like, okay, this is the youth. This is what people are trying to enjoy now, because they love to see the youth join the music industry, as you know. So they came to watch us, and they offered that we should play at an event. That was a metal event, and that was great for us, So me and Jude decided, let's do it. And unfortunately, the rest of the band couldn't make it, but me and Jude did. And at the time, I swore I would never, ever play the bass. I was against bass. I was it's boring. It's just not it, you know what I mean? So we decided that I'd be playing the guitar. But then came the time for the show, and I told them, I don't think I can get these songs down. So I was give me a bass. Just for giggles, Okay, so I was just give me the bass. Next day, they actually brought a bass. And I was oh, great. So now I have to play the bass. But the moment I literally plucked a string, I kid you not, it was the best feeling ever. Come on, it's 4 strings. It's easier. I'm kidding. But it's great to know that it's an instrument with a lot of groove, and it holds the band together as a backbone. Do you get it? So that's where it all started. I ended up playing more shows with the bass, And we kept on playing, say, we always played in Virgin at Oman Mall. And we played at, what's it called? Unplugged by Omani Archive in 2024. Yeah. So it was just these performances that helped me gain more love for the instrument. And I'd say now, I guess I'm working on myself and I'm working with my bands to like work on originals and work on helping the local music scene. Just like, you know, entertainment.
You said bands.
Bands.
How many?
I've got 2 bands right now.
Okay, tell us about it.
So one of the bands is Fever Dream. It is more of like a local band. Like, you know, there's no specific genre for it. So we play everything. You know, it goes from Spanish songs to like rock songs, ballads, all of that. And that's the band that performed at Muscat Nights, actually. And people actually loved it. You know, they loved it. Hopefully we're going to have more shows together as Fever Dream, hopefully. Inshallah.
I remember like last time when we came to film and there was like somebody at the reception and they were like, do I know you from somewhere?
The guy literally looked at me, he's like, do I know you? You look familiar. It's like, I don't know, maybe an event.
Leani Muscat?
I was like, what's that? He was like, yes, that's you. You were the guitarist, right? It's okay.
Custom stairs.
It's sad to see that people don't know the difference between a bass and a guitar, but like I don't blame them, you know? I don't expect everyone to be like too invested in the whole aspect of instruments to like, you know, focus really. So it's like, it's great. I'm a guitarist. Younger me would have loved that. Yeah, that is so far. And right now I'm working on my online presence, since we're gonna see how that plays out.
Inshallah. First post yesterday.
Literally.
So it's been 3 years in the journey. How do you define success at this point? Is it since we went to the event a couple of days ago, organized by the British Embassy, and we met there. Creative future right here.
Inshallah.
And I loved the impressions of people when they heard about your work. How do you define success at this point? How do you think within the next couple of years, how do you want it to play out?
The point of my work is the ability of me being able to express myself in a way I love to do so. There's many ways you could express yourself. It's truly a form of art, you know? Like say music, there's art, there is writing. You know, someone writes a novel, someone writes a poem. That's a form of expression. So I feel like I'm successful, whether people like to admit that I'm successful or not. You know, some people are like that. It comes from within, my success. You know, I feel like I was successful in portraying who I am, portraying my art, portraying like my music, what I have in my heart. You know, so I think that's what makes me successful to me, you know?
Because it's very important, you know. The past few months for me have been amazing. We just like met in the cafe downstairs and I was going through my gallery and I was like writing down stuff that I did, and I pull up like in the last 3 months, alhamdulillah, like there's a lot of things that I've done. But a week ago when I was talking to a friend of mine, I was like, I don't think that I've done enough. I don't think that I am doing well. And at that point, one of the things that basically like that advice that was given was to be grateful, to look around for the things that I've done. And I feel like for the next quarter of this year, my personal goal is to be more grateful for the things that I'm doing, for the opportunities that come my way. Because again, it's لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. The more grateful you are, the more blessings you receive. And even for the definition of success, it's how content you are with your work and how content you are with the amount of things that you've achieved or done, or the vision that you're working for eventually.
Yes.
From that, you just finished school.
Yeah. I graduated like about a year ago.
And you took a gap year.
Yes, I am currently in a gap year.
And that's amazing. Um, who's your mentor?
My mentor? How do I explain it to you that I feel like I'm my own mentor? Do you get it? Because in this life, specifically in this age, you are expected to learn everything on your own. Whether it's school, whether it's not school, whether it's work, your workplace, you're expected to know everything. There are going to be people in the path that you take. And I do agree, that's definitely there. For me, I have good friends of mine. I would say that these people crossed the paths with me and they gave me the push I needed to do, I needed to go in to this whole metal community, the metal field. And I've never been any more grateful for it. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm my own mentor because I built this. I built the confidence to get up there. I built this whole, you could say, empire of emotions left and right. Do you get it? So it's just, I'm my own mentor and I take help from people that cross my path. It's like what I love to say. Definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of how, you as a person are a mosaic of everybody around you.
Yes.
And especially when I talk about you, you're one of the very first female bassists in Oman.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are in a space where nobody has been there before. And so essentially you're defining how that sounds like for you.
Yes.
And you're defining how you want it to be.
Yeah.
Because I remember in our very first chats, December?
December. Yeah, November, December, yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
And you said something along the lines of the fact that you don't want yourself to be defined as a female in the field.
Correct.
You don't want your skill set to be defined as gender specific, but rather something that you gain and something that you've built based on your hard work and your skills and your art itself. Yes. And now, do you see a lot more women coming in, when people see you perform at events, at open mics? How does it feel like? What expressions do you get from the people?
I mean, it depends on what kind of people we're talking. Because obviously we are in a Muslim country and we are in a cultural type of rooted country, Oman's great. And so the scene is also very nice in here, the music scene. So when we perform, say we performed at Virgin, as I mentioned earlier, we had mixed, emotions about our performance. First off, because I brought in girls with us in the performance. There's vocalists, there's a keyboardist with us. We played and everything, and they actually posted that video on Reels. And so that video skyrocketed. We're talking hundreds of thousands of people saw that. And, it was branched out to the Middle East as a whole. So I like to say that the reactions were mainly locals. And as you know, in a place like this, it's good to respect, the locals. And it's good to understand what they might like and what they might not like. You know what I mean? So, the mixed comments we had were, what is this? This is weird. Because to some Arabs, they don't like to see women. Just basically, they assume that the woman is there just to show herself off. Which is a very bad mindset, and I hope, people don't keep on thinking like that. We're there to express our talents, to express what we have in our hearts, to express what we have in our minds. As artists, as musicians. And the other comments we get are just supportive. I mean, one of my favorite comments were when I first performed at Shades, I ended up being the only girl performing as a whole. The only girl. I had people coming up to me after the performance, texting me. They were like, "You're the bass girl. You're the girl on the bass. It's great to know that finally there's a girl, that plays the instrument in the metal scene." So I was just sitting thinking, I was like, wow, this is like really new to them, you know? Because you see Dubai, you see like Saudi, and they have a lot of like, you know, like there's a lot of diversity, you know, whether it's gender, whether it's like race, doesn't matter. But in Oman, it's new, apparently, to them. So I'd say it's like mixed. And like, I'm not gonna expect anything much from the locals because at the end of the day, I remain a guest in this place. You know, I love Oman. It's like, and I will try to cater to the locals as much as I can because at the end of the day, as I said, I'm an entertainer. So I will learn to entertain all sorts of people. Inshallah.
Inshallah. At the very same time, I feel like your age does open a lot of gates for you because a lot of the times you're the youngest at the table, youngest in the room.
Yes.
And it gives you like the wow factor.
Yes.
A lot of people get shocked. They'll think, oh my god, you're 17, you're 18.
You're 15? Yeah.
Does that come with its own pressure?
I mean, I'd say so. I'd definitely say so. Because they see a 15-year-old joining the scene, they would expect you to either be some sort of, like, you know, prodigy, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. They expect you to be some sort of prodigy, or they'd expect you to be like really bad. You know what I mean? So it's one thing or the other thing. There's no in between. They'll just be curious and they'll expect something here and something there. And I definitely feel like there's pressure in that aspect, especially that I started the bass when I entered the music industry. So like, it's not like you could say some people, mainly people progress by practicing at home and then working on covers and then they progress to live performances. I just shoved myself and I just went, let's go live performances, you know? It's fine. And it's called, I'd say it played out weirdly.
Very nice.
Like, weirdly in a good way, you know? Because there are bad comments and there are good comments. As I mentioned, I was new to the bass. I mean, I'm decent now, alhamdulillah. Practice. So, what's it called? So, I guess I'd say there is pressure on the age. Definitely. That's how it is.
Although, now that you're 18, mashallah alayki, and now that there are like younger people maybe in the scene in Saudi land, there will be a while where you will be there as their mentor.
Inshallah, I do hope so.
And because you're defining the place, and then for the people who are coming in and everything, how at this point, if you feel pressure, if you feel like people undermine you, how to, like, what is the mindset shift that you have that, okay, Yarni, you're not catering to people's mindset or the limitations that people have in their brain strata. You're catering to yourself and your vision, essentially.
Honestly, there's this thing, when anyone has something against what I do, or like anything against me in general, I usually do not care. I really don't care. Except unless if it's genuine like advice coming from someone, like say it's a great musician telling me, yo, you need to do this and you need to do that, and then you can go for this. Great. I listen to them for sure. To be a musician, to be any sort of like artist as a whole, you need to be ready to accept criticism. You need to be. That's fine. But there's a limit between criticism and there's bullying, you know? So when you like feel that there's like bullying in a sense coming like along your way from like people, it's the best part is that don't care. Because did you build what I built? Were you there when I was at my worst? Were you there when I thought about what I wanted to be? You know, I don't owe you. So why would I owe you a peace of mind from me? Why would I owe you my heart being like broken over some sort of comments you like give me, you know? It's like nonsense. Just never ever let anyone get in your way. Never.
And don't take advice from people whose lives you won't live.
Correct.
Like, you won't want to be in their shoes.
Correct. Usually they call these people أصدقاء السوء, you know, bad friends, like, you know, it's like bad influence, and you gotta stay away from these people if they try to like give you advice when they cannot help their own selves. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing that someone is struggling with helping themselves, you know, I'm saying it's how to explain it? Like, it's, you are not eligible to be giving someone bad advice. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you must help yourself before trying to help me. You know. Yeah.
But okay, so when you perform live, do you have any rituals?
Oh.
How do you prepare beforehand? Because like for me, I know when I have to record, and I'm a very shy person. I'm pretty socially anxious as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times I have to like sit there for like 5 or so minutes and like deep breathe and then be like, hello everybody, welcome to Baydana. How do you go about it?
Usually I say this the moment I leave the house. Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You repeat this 3 times, that's step 1 of easing into it, you know? Because tawakkal ala Allah, honestly. Alhamdulillah. And then right before the performance, I used to like be very anxious. My stomach drops the moment I'm on the stage. Like, you know, I'd be panicking. I'm like, I messed this up. Everyone's gonna know, you know? So it's really bad. But then as the more I performed, the more I grew in the scene, the more I was like, it doesn't matter. You know, it really doesn't matter. So every time before I get on stage, I'm doing this for my own sake. I'm doing this for fun. Because, like, again, people are gonna like it. Whether, okay, not everyone's gonna like it, okay? As we mentioned. But whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever doesn't like it, doesn't like it. So that's what I remind myself every time I enter, like, you know, stage. So I have to just remind myself, it's fine. You mess up, you mess up. It's happened. And that's what I could say my ritual is.
Do you have a story?
Oh, I have stories. Story. Maybe I should give you a story of an open mic. Okay. So there's this place called Thompson. This was actually last year. In 2025 June. We had a performance, and I was doing a trial with my old band. My new band, sorry. And it was the all-girls band. So I'm trying to like, test out the waters with like a metal vocalist and a normal vocalist and all of that. So we had 1 week to practice, or less than a week, I'd say. And we met up like 2 days only before like the open mic. So it was an opening thing, and everyone was gonna come. So we're like, okay, we're expecting a lot of people, so like we gotta like step it up. So practice was fine. Comes the day of the performance. We are performing, we're like about to perform. I say, come on guys, let's sound check. And then like, you know, my friend goes, no, we're good to go. And I was like, great, let's do it, like, you know. And then what's it called? Goodness. We were meant to play the song called Animal I've Become. Okay? There's another song that is like in the same key of, you know, Animal I've Become. It's called Monster. So, pretty interesting names, I'd say. So we were like, okay, let's start with Animal I've Become. Started it off, and then, oh my god, it was... So, the guitars, the instruments, we were playing Animal I've Become. The vocalist sang Monster. And I was like, yo, she's singing Monster. And it's like, I don't blame her, because I was nervous. I was very, very nervous that day. So even instruments-wise, the guitarist was very nervous. The drummer was really nervous. Everyone was just, it was like a mess. Like, you know how people's energies, you know, it's like all over you? It affects other people. I would say it was that. So the vocalist sang Monster while we were playing Animal I've Become. And then we switched to Monster. And then I literally like told the vocalist, pause. This is how you handle like, you know, situations like these. I said, to the people, it was a sound check. We were sound checking. We were not performing. We were sound checking. So, we played it off. It was great. We ended up giving like a decent performance, and that's one of the moments where, like, okay, so after that performance, I actually felt really, really bad about myself. And I thought to myself, these are great musicians. They're here to witness a performance, especially with like a new band and all. And they just witnessed chaos. It was a mess. And I felt really horrible about myself, since I was like, I brought them all together. So there's no one to blame but me. I get that people get nervous. I really screwed up my first performance, actually, because I was very nervous. And I just felt really bad about myself. But then I was like, months have passed, and I was like, it doesn't matter. So now, before I perform, it does not matter. Just enjoy what you're doing. Because we're not in a competition, We're not here to prove to someone I'm here. I'm not here to show someone, yo, I'm up there and you're down there.
Oh.
I hate it. You have to be humble. You have to understand that music is not just about showing yourself to people, or performing a song or two that people would like and then leaving. No, it's just about you enjoying what you're doing, So, again, expressing your waves of emotion, expressing everything that's in you. So it shouldn't feel as bad. Yeah, that's it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Neo. Question. If you had unlimited resources and no restrictions, what would be one project that you would work on?
Unlimited resources?
No restrictions or nothing.
No, nothing at all.
No.
I'm going to Sweden. I'm telling you, I love metal, and I feel like in Sweden, it's they have a good scene in there, and they have good musicians. I'd say that musicians in there pour their heart out and their souls into the music they play and sing. So I would say I'm going to Sweden, and I'm gonna go learn their ways, and then I'm gonna come back full of beautiful melodies, a beautiful culture that I just discovered, and more ideas.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And because really we do live in a time where there are unlimited resources, if we're being very honest. Do you get it? So I mean, I'm not feeling like I'm missing anything other than meeting my favorite musicians. I could go to Sweden, then I could go to the US, and then I could go there, and I could learn everything. That's the main thing.
Amazing. Okay, if you had to guide somebody a step ahead from where you once used to be at, what would be your advice to them?
I would say, be patient. Patience is key. With patience comes mastery, because you can master something with just the thought of being, the thought of someone having it in them, with the thought of someone being able to do something. So say for example, at the beginning I was not patient. And being completely clear, I was very I was expecting myself to be some sort of prodigy after a month of learning the bass. So I was I'm not improving. So I got really upset about myself, and I ended up taking breaks from time to time. I was going off and on, and it was a very bad habit, because I was impatient in myself. I was impatient in the progress I was making. Because no matter what you're doing, you are making progress. Whether you see it or you don't see it, there is progress. Every day you're making progress. You're making progress by getting up, practicing the thing you love the most, writing about it, thinking about it. It's also progress, because you don't just do something with a thought of motivation being in your head. Motivation is one thing, and then there's discipline. If you manage to discipline yourself, to condition yourself to be working every day as hard as you can, then I'd say that's how you master something. And to do that, you need to be patient. So without patience, I feel like there's no point in like investing in something.
Because like you keep jumping from one thing to another, one thing to
Yes.
another, because you don't have the patience to just sit there and take it in and internalizing it.
Exactly.
I feel like with the amount of information that is accessible to us in today's day and age, it is like very much possible that okay, on the internet we're seeing, for me, I'm talking about myself. Now I'm into sports, so I love running, I love badminton, I love tennis, I love sports in general. But for me, I keep jumping from one thing to another. I see badminton, oh my god, cool, let's do badminton. Tennis, let's go.
Yeah.
Join tennis. Running, I run, and gym in here and there. And it just, at the end of the day, it becomes probable that you're not the master of one thing. I know the saying that goes,
Jack of all trades, master of none.
but still better than the master of one. But then at the very same time, if you want to become the master of something,
You must be patient.
you must be patient.
You must. It's like Ninjago. Ninjago taught me all about patience. I'm gonna be very real with you.
I love Ninjago.
Ninjago. Wait, who's your favorite?
You're putting me on the spot.
This is important.
Thank you so much for today.
God.
No. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. This was Dimah and Risha with you. And inshallah, see you in another episode of Baina Now with another amazing builder. Cuts.
A few moments later.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I had to ask you.
Please share where can our followers and listeners find you on Instagram, like when's platforms?
You guys can find me on Instagram. I usually just post on Instagram. Maybe soon to be YouTube as well. We have feverdream.om for my band's, my band's account on Instagram. And my account, I'm sure it's going to be linked.
Yeah, I'll link it.
Yeah, she's going to link my account, and that's how you can, get to see my content. I'm going to hope.
And check her out and hit her up for any mentorship. If you are a youngster who is trying to get into the scene, your way to go. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.